So we're 2 days away from the Bitcoin Private fork, and we'll see the snapshot of Bitcoin and ZClassic being taken at a certain time, and then 2 days later those coins will be distributed to your wallet, or if you're got your coins on an exchange like Trade Satoshi, maybe it will be Bittrex later, we don't know at this point, then your coins will be sent there. Now what I'd like to do in this video is talk about the price of ZClassic. I've been following the discussions on the Discord group over the last few weeks. There are some spammers that pop down there, some negative people, but by and large there's some good people there, and they've been talking about mining, about the wallets, and inevitably they've been talking about price. The price of Bitcoin and Bitcoin Private in the future, but mainly about the price of ZClassic right now and after the snapshot. Because what's going to happen is after the snapshot, you no longer have to hold ZClassic to get Bitcoin Private. So the majority of people are trying to get their ZClassic onto an exchange as quickly as possible and to sell it. Now I asked in the forums the other day, and as far as I know, you've got about 10 minutes or so for the snapshot to take place, and after that time you can transfer your ZClassic away. So say for example you've got a ZClassic wallet on your computer, you've got 100 ZClassic, keep it simple. The snapshot happens 10-15 minutes later. You can send that ZClassic to another wallet, you can trade it, send it to Bitrex, do what you want with it, you can sell it, keep it, do what you want. But the Bitcoin Private coins will come to your wallet in 2 days time regardless, your new Bitcoin Private wallet. So everyone keeps talking about this, you know, what is the price going to be? What is the price of ZClassic going to be after the snapshot? And I've saw a lot of figures being, some people saying, oh, it might drop down to 50, some people saying $30, some people saying $10. I was talking about this with my friend today, and I don't think it would surprise me if it went back to the levels it was at before all of the Bitcoin Private was announced. So in December, I think ZClassic was around $1 or $2, and it wouldn't surprise me if ZClassic goes back down to that level. Right now, the value of ZClassic is priced highly because one ZClassic will get you one Bitcoin Private. After the snapshot, that will no longer be the case. So you may say that ZClassic is artificially inflated right now until that time, but after the snapshot, ZClassic won't get you anything else. Now in the future, that may change. ZClassic, there are some people that say they're going to continue to develop ZClassic, and it wouldn't surprise me if ZClassic is used once again to fork into another coin by other developers. So I would like to hold some ZClassic in the future, maybe 1,000 coins or something, if I could get it at a really low price. Because for speculative reasons of it forking again or the developers doing something, I think it'd be a good coin to hold. But post snapshot, 10-15 minutes after the snapshot, there's going to be a huge volume of people trying to sell their ZClassic. I'm talking millions of coins trying to be sold at the one time. I don't even know how the exchanges are going to handle this, but one thing's for sure, there's going to be a lot of people selling at the same time. Who's buying? Who is going to buy? I'm not saying this to spread fear or anything like that. I believe in the Bitcoin Private project. I also believe that ZClassic has a future. But if you're just talking market-wise, who is buying? If, for example, you had no stake in this game whatsoever and you waited till after the snapshot and you had 10 Bitcoin to spend, why would you buy ZClassic at $30? Why would you buy it at $10? The sheer volume of people that are going to be selling ZClassic means that the price is going to nosedive. It really is going to go. It wouldn't surprise me if it went $100 down to $2 within like a couple of hours. I'm just guessing, no one knows at this point what's going to happen in the market, but I think it is a legitimate question to ask, who is going to buy ZClassic immediately after the snapshot? I'm not talking long term, I'm not talking about, and I think for me personally, in a week, I would wait for it to settle for me in a week and then maybe mine it or maybe buy the coin. But post snapshot, who is buying the coin? ZClassic does have a future, but I think it is a legitimate question as to who would be buying ZClassic. And I can't think of anyone who would want to buy ZClassic post-fork at a very high price, because they would lose money because of the sheer volume of people selling. The reason I brought this up is because I think there's a lot of people in the group that are focused on this, and I see this question coming up again and again in the Bitcoin Private and the ZClassic Discord groups. and they keep asking, what's the price going to be post, post snapshot, post fork? Personally, I don't care that much. I really don't. I've got about 9 or 10 ZClassic coins, and the reason I've got those coins is because post fork I'm going to have 9 or 10 Bitcoin private coins, and then all the coins I've earned from the mining fund. If I lose $30, $40 or $50 by not sending the ZClassic to an exchange, I can live with it. I really can live with it. It's not a major concern for me, because this whole time the whole focus has been on Bitcoin private, and for me, in the grand scale of things, if ZClassic goes down and I just keep the ZClassic coins, even if they're borderline worthless afterwards, then so be it. I'm not saying I'm looking to lose money or I've got enough money to lose, but the sheer volume of people selling ZClassic means that there's going to be more people with sell orders than buy orders, and the only way to sell is to undercut everyone, which means the price goes down and down and down. And honestly, don't be surprised if the price goes down. But again, as I said, it shouldn't be your main concern. Now, if you're not caring about Bitcoin private, your only concern is what's the price of ZClassic before the fork, and you need to make a decision the next day or so whether you sell or not. That's what you need to do. And a lot will be riding on whether there's a Bittrex announcement today or tomorrow. And if there isn't, then I don't think the price will go much below $100, but you never know. But personally, if you think you're going to make a huge loss, I would just hold on to ZClassic and get your Bitcoin private rather than offloading ZClassic before the fork. Post fork, don't worry about it. You've got your Bitcoin private. Don't worry about the price. Let me know what you think about this, guys. Let me know what you think will happen after the snapshot in 2 days' time. I'd love to know what you think about this. And I'll speak to you all very soon. Take care.